mix, roll it into a ball in my hand. And you don't have to share. Guys, I hate them. Reese.
It's game time and I'm up one. Name something I ain't done. Name a body that's my type. Air Jordan, I'll take flight. I'm next level, I'm franchise.
To our winner, juliarene.
Good morning, buff babes and bros, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is juliarene, and I'm an IFBB Wellness Pro, and in today's video, I am giving you 4 low-calorie holiday treats that are delicious. I have turned some of our favorite treats into a low-calorie, awesome alternative, and I'm ready to show you. Let's get into the kitchen. Okay, so first we're going to be making protein peanut butter balls. So in a bowl, you're gonna mix 37 grams of whatever protein powder you want. I'm using the cookie dough or cinnamon cookie batter from First Form. And then you're going to mix 25 grams of the powdered peanut butter. And then for sweetness, I'm gonna mix 1/4 cup of stevia. And then we're going to mix all this dry ingredients together. Now we're going to mix a 1/4 cup of oats. And then we're going to mix in 1 tablespoon of regular peanut butter, but make sure when you add it in, it's a little bit softened so that whenever we mix the rest of the ingredients in, it starts sticking to it. Now to get it a dough-like consistency, you're gonna wanna put a little bit of milk at a time and stir it until it starts forming a dough ball. Make sure that you don't put too much before, because then you can't really go back. Now that we have our dough ball mixture, that's not working. Now using a spoon, I'm gonna grab little balls of the peanut butter and roll it into a ball in my hand. Now we're gonna put these in the fridge for about 30 minutes so they get cold, and we're gonna add our chocolate topping. Okay, these are some that I worked on earlier that have already been cooled. And now I'm gonna put a little bit of Christmassy sprinkles that go everywhere. And I measured out about 2 servings of the Lily's semi-sweet baking chips. I warmed them up in the microwave for just a little bit so that it created this chocolate topping. So I'm just going to dip these in the chocolate and then dip them in the Sprinkies. So after you have them coated with the sprinkles and the chocolate, you can put them back in the fridge, and then you can just enjoy them throughout the week as a little snack. And it's super low calorie, super easy to make. I'll put the macros on the screen, but look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can eat these all by yourself, and you don't have to share. Okay, next we are going to be making sugar cookies with a cream cheese frosting. So first we're going to put 200 grams of flour in a bowl. And then we are going to mix a cup of stevia in with it. This is the baking stevia, which looks like this bag. And then we're going to put 70 grams of, this is a low calorie light butter. This is the one that I ended up using right here. 70 grams of that. And then we have 1 egg. I just whipped it up in here so that it will be nice to mix. And then we are going to mix 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I got it. And then lastly, before we mix, we're going to mix a 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder and a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Boom. we have our dough ball, put a little bit of flour down here so that we can start rolling it out. Now that we have our dough rolled out, on this side, I'm just going to put a little bit of flour so that I can go into the cookies like so, and then they'll just pop right out. Now that we got all of our Christmas trees done, I'm gonna lay down some parchment paper and we're going to put these down here to bake them. Okay, so for the icing, this is how I made the icing. I did 2 ounces of 1/3 fat-free cream cheese, which is this. It tastes super good, way lower in calorie. And then I did a 1.5 ounces of the vanilla Greek yogurt. Mix that in. Did 1 teaspoon of vanilla and then sweetened it to my liking. And I added in some of the green food coloring so that we can decorate. And now I'm gonna put it in the fridge for a little bit so that it gets a little bit thicker, and then we'll decorate. Now that we have our Christmas trees cooked and ready to go, I'm going to get our icing and start icing them. Guys, our sugar cookies are done. They're little Christmas trees and they're so cute. Pick them up without getting dirty. Ooh, they're so cute. And what's super cool about these is like, if you have kids, if you don't have kids, because I think it's fun even if you're not a child, but you can decorate them, you can do a bunch of different shapes, and you can add little ornaments. You can just decorate them however you want and make it super fun. And I'll have the macros up on the screen for you, but this is a whole lot of cookies for very little calories. And this icing is just so versatile too. You can use it for like almost anything. So let's get to the next recipe. Okay guys, next we are going to be making a chocolate pudding. It is just so freaking good. So what we're going to do first, in a bowl, we are going to do 1 cup of your milk of choice. I used cashew milk, which is only 25 calories per cup. And then we're going to mix together 15 grams of protein powder and 20 grams of sugar-free chocolate jello. So this is the sugar-free chocolate jello. You can find it at almost every store and it tastes just as good and it's super easy to make. And then for the protein, I use First Form's, whoopsies, Formula 1 protein powder in chocolate, and it is so chocolatey, I love it. So we're going to mix that in, and guys, I'm gonna be honest, that is literally all the ingredients. But what you're going to do is you have to whisk it for pretty long and then put it in the fridge and then take it out and whisk it again. So when you put it in the fridge, after whisking it, it kind of hardens it up a little bit and makes it more jello consistency. Okay, so I mixed it, put it in the fridge for a little bit, and then I'm bringing it out, mixing it again, and then I'm gonna put it in the fridge one last time for about 10 minutes to thicken up, and then we will dress it. All right, I put it in this cute little mug with a little candy cane. I also topped it with a little bit of granola. I think it would also be a really good idea to just put some crumbled graham cracker instead, because then it'll be kind of like almost like a hot chocolate, but like Jello version. This is gonna be an incredible dessert. So I have Cool Whip, I have the fat-free version. You can either get like the fat-free or the sugar-free. Both of them are about the same calories. It just honestly really doesn't matter. I'm gonna put a little bit on top. Ooh. Look how good that looks, guys. Another super cute, super easy freaking recipe. Like, you could just make this and keep it in the fridge and just eat it when you want. Like, imagine making like a bunch of these little mini ones, like just putting them in like mini glasses and having them out for people to have. Like, ooh, I cannot wait to eat this. I'm gonna put the macros up on the screen. Let me know what you guys think. Also, let me know how many of you actually like candy canes, because I hate them. I think they're gross, but I thought it made it look cute. So let's go on to the last recipe. Okay guys, so for this recipe, we are making low-calorie chocolate peppermint brownies. Reese! So everything is going to be on the screen. We're going to mix it in a blender so that it gets it nice and liquidy. So we're going to get a brownie pan now that we're done blending. I'm going to spray it with some nonstick. Ooh. And we are going to pour our mixture in. Now I'm going to put a serving of the Lily's chocolate chips on top. Ooh. Now we're going to bake it at 400 degrees for 15 minutes. Brownies are out of the oven and I already ate one. So what I did to add some peppermint is I got one candy cane, I crushed it up, and I'm going to add it to the top of it. Look at these low-calorie freaking treats, guys. Ooh. Yeah, they are beautiful. Well, that's it, guys, for me. And I love you all so much, and you are more powerful than you think. Bye.